the VP of charter.
So Becky does a lot of stuff here at Augusta Aviation. I can tell you that. I promise you. And when I was thinking of things to do with aviation administration, of course, I thought of Becky. But also the other thing is I know that Becky has a love for aircraft also. Is that right?
I do. I tell you, the way I got started was right after I graduated from high school. I had an opportunity to be the hangar clerk at Garrett Aviation at Bushfield, and I was there for a little over 13 years. Steve Gay, the owner of Augusta Aviation, called me and asked me if I was interested in coming to work for him as his marketing person for the Boshier Skyfest. You remember that?
I do.
The second
Beautiful memories.
Oh gosh, yeah. The second big air show we had out there. I worked under Steve for trying to get the marketing done. That was my degree in college, was marketing. And from there, I just stayed on with Steve, and here we are 21 years later, and I am so grateful that I have another person working with me. Her name's Amelia Gay, and she's done a phenomenal job. She's been with us since March. Wow. And with all the other things that I have going on, it's just been incredible to have her to help me. So I also do the scheduling for charter. There are 4 charter schedulers. So I have 1 weekend a month, and every Monday night and Tuesday full day for dispatching charter.
Wow. I have a lot of good memories here. James, I spent a huge amount of time at this airport right here. Now it has it is beautiful. Now I enjoyed it before because it was just it was an airport we used to come and hang out. I'd spend hours and hours here on the weekends. Now it's just everything looks so nice here at the airport. We have the beautiful pictures all around that have to do with aviation.
Yeah, and the historical photos shows you what happened here over many years now. I mean, there's a picture down here with President Eisenhower. That's a ways back now.
Yeah.
And I have to say there's a lot of corporations that sponsored these history boards. Frank Christian, I'm sure that's the name you remember.
Yeah,
he was the one, this was his brainchild, and he was able to get a couple of people to sponsor the boards, and we're very pleased.
Yeah. And then right behind us, we have a flight simulator.
We have a full motion flight simulator. It's FAA certified, and we're excited. This is part of the curriculum for our flight training. So whether you're a private student or an instrument student or going in for your commercial, your curriculum is going to require that you be in the simulator, and it actually is going to save you money because this is a whole lot more economical than trying to learn those maneuvers up in the air when you're renting the aircraft.
Now, what's some of the other areas of administration work that people can get into in the aviation industry? Because, of course, we all think of flight instructors, we think of pilots, we think of aerobatics, all of these things having to do with flying, but there's so many other areas of the aviation industry that people can get into.
Well, one thing that I didn't mention is Steve Gay and we co-manage the Daniel Field Airport. So airport management it can be frustrating at times, and it can be rewarding. I mean, you are working with the FAA, and you're working with, if you're here in Georgia, you're working with GDOT, Georgia Department of Transportation, to assure that you're getting the grant money to maintain the airport. And there's a lot to learn there, but it can be rewarding.
Oh yes, I imagine one thing that's got to be very rewarding is when you see a young person come here and start out, and then you hear of them doing things like Garrett that we talked to a little bit earlier, that moved on to go into the Air National Guard, flying C-130s, and I know of several that I was training with when I was here that went on to fly in the military F-15s and flying for commercial airliners now, and just so many have moved on to do wonderful things in aviation.
That's that's what makes it all worthwhile. When you see these students come in, we get excited about people getting excited about learning to fly. And when you see these students come in and then they go all the way through, and then they come back and tell you, you know, I'm flying C-130s, or I'm flying F-15s, or I'm flying for Walmart. I mean, we've had numerous success stories like that.